Welcome to Star Citizen. So, if you did manage to get in, even for an hour, half an hour, 15 minutes maybe, there are some new things you may not have noticed, and one of them is the execution warrant. These are some of the personal missions that pay you 15k for eliminating a certain NPC, kinda like bounty hunting. Well, it's pretty much actually like bounty hunting, but it's somehow different and it does have some nice elements to it. In a way, I guess you could mostly call it a derelict mission. There is a certain NPC on some planet, on a derelict, or some other piece of debris, with some hostiles guarding it, or even a dynamic ship flying in with reinforcements. 3.18 has been rather rough and rugged on us. Not all the aspects of this game work, not even getting in actually works. And we can see the same here. NPCs, they do have been spawned in, but they're in clusters and they don't really partake in cover, combat, and other scenarios that we otherwise would see. This has been probably one of the hardest, roughest patch launches in this game, and doing whatever kind of content you are doing, you can most likely feel it. Especially the new content, the new things that of course need to be polished, but the same type of issues, similar issues, arise so often that it seems that all of this was just pushed into the game and not really worked with. I never thought that this patch could be so rough and unpredictable, especially the content wise, which we will or are trying to enjoy to an extent if we can enjoy it. Now, why did I bring out this mission? If you remember, back on I believe it was 3.17.2 or so, when it still was Microtech got derelicts. NPCs around derelicts. That was all well and good and polished. And that came out pretty nice. This, in a way, is a similar situation. I believe these are new derelicts, and there are NPCs here. But this time, well, they really aren't doing anything. Instead, they're mostly just standing still or not really being very active. I didn't just do one of these missions, I did, I believe, 4 or 5, and everyone seemed to have a similar issue. The target in most cases was a bit more active. It was moving around, it was somewhat reacting, while the other guard NPCs were so passive that you could pick them off one by one, from to an extent even close quarters. The beautiful thing to of course see is the dynamic reinforcements arriving. Now, this isn't working really that well as well, because there was a derelict beneath this ship. And so there are issues with this game, and there's quite many of them. Also, my guess why this was a personal mission and not a bounty hunting mission is because it's probably still in, to an extent, testing phase, and it's not really meant for us to utilize on it as heavily as we do with other missions. As much as I like seeing new things, new events, encounters, mission setups happening, well, I would love them to be at least a bit polished or well set up in a way that I wouldn't be bothered by the massive amount of bugs. That there are some bugs, I would be okay with that, but everything going sideways, like my guns right now, which also for some reason went sideways. The NPC standing still, the ship landing on derelict ship. All of these things add up, and well, it makes for a rather unpleasant experience for something new and beautiful or something that could have been new and beautiful. As much as I like the idea of these new derelict missions, I think they were set out too soon and they will need a ton of polish. Anyway, thanks for watching.